What's up guys, Random Racer here with a quick tech video for you guys today, and today we'll be taking a quick look and unboxing of Apple's new 9.7-inch iPad Pro. So for those of you who ordered the iPad Pro off the Apple online store, it's going to come via UPS or FedEx in this brown packaging here. Alright, so slicing this open, the first thing we get is the iPad Pro box itself, and I did pick up the space gray model here. It's also available in gold, rose gold, as well as silver. This model here is the 128GB model. I found that the initial 32GB, although it's cheaper, didn't feel like it held a whole lot, especially for a tablet, so that's why I kind of splurged a little bit for the 128, which retails for $9.79 with the education discount in Canada here, and I believe it's $7.99 I think in the United States. So unfortunately our shitty dollar in Canada jacked up the price a little bit. Comes in standard Apple packaging here, nothing too spectacular about that. But anyways, let's slice this open now. So taking the shrink wrap off, the first thing we're introduced with, of course, is the iPad Pro itself. And taking this off to the side for a second, we also have Apple's standard manuals here. So we get a quick start guide on, I guess, what all the buttons are, warranty info, and of course your Apple stickers. Next, we have the Lightning to USB charging cable and a 10-watt USB power adapter. And that is pretty much it. No headphones or anything too special. Alright, so let's check out the iPad Pro itself. I accidentally already hit the power button here. They did seem to upgrade the packaging here. It seems to be more of like a matte finish rather than the traditional glossy clear packaging that Apple used to use. Alright, so got the iPad mini all set up here. Also picked up the Apple smart case as well as their smart cover, which is the gray models to kind of complement the black. The iPad Pro does come in 3 different sizes. We have a 32GB model, 128GB model, which is considered the mid-range, and a high-end 256GB model as well. For me, I picked up the 128GB model for a couple reasons. First off, I did want to throw in some videos on my iPad, so it's going to take up quite a bit of space. And also, the price per gigabyte for the 128 and the 256 are significantly better than just the 32. The new 9.7-inch iPad Pro does feature a 2048 by 1536 resolution at 264 pixels per square inch, which is a significant upgrade over the iPad Air 2. The new iPad Pro also takes many of the same features as the original iPad Pro, such as the laminated screen, so the distance between the screen and the glass display is pretty much minimal. A 4-speaker stereo sound that gives much better quality sound compared to the iPad Air. And a couple features that the 9.7-inch model has over its bigger brother is a significantly higher quality camera that features a 12 megapixel resolution in addition to the ability to shoot 4K video at 30 frames per second. Also, for a first for an iPad, the 9.7-inch iPad Pro also is the first to include flash. So for those of you who like to support your iPad as a camera, especially in low light conditions, that's definitely a nice feature to have. And the last feature that the new 9.7-inch iPad has over its bigger brother is a feature called True Tone. Basically what this does is, for those of you who use an app like Flux on your MacBooks that kind of turns the screen a little bit warmer during nighttime use, it's kind of the same idea. It adjusts the whiteness of the display here depending on the lighting conditions, thanks to the 2 sensors on the top of the iPad. So if right now it's off, so this is what it looks like, and I'm not sure if my camera will pick this up. Might have to slap a picture in front of this, but if I turn it on, it actually turns the screen a little bit whiter. So I'm not sure if you guys noticed that, but it turns it, or not whiter, a little bit warmer. So it has a more warmer tone to it, so it's a little bit more comfortable on your eyes when you're using the iPad. Nonetheless, is this like a breakthrough feature? Not really, but it's definitely a cool feature to have and something that I'll definitely see on future iOS devices like the iPhone and future iPads. Spec-wise, the 9.7-inch iPad Pro does have the same A9X processor as its bigger brother. However, it only has 2GB of RAM versus the 4 that the larger iPad has, which to me is not really too surprising. It's not driving as much of a large screen as the other one is. But in comparison, from using both, I did have the original iPad Pro for 2 weeks before I actually decided to return it, and to me they seem to be both just as snappy. Design-wise, the iPad Pro 9.7-inch here is pretty much identical to the iPad Air, aside from the additional speakers and the laminated display as well as the Touch ID, which I believe this one is a more upgraded model compared to the one that's on the iPad Air. And unlike the iPad here, it does come with 4 different colors. We have the space gray model here, which is the one I picked up. There is also the gold model, as well as the rose gold, and of course white silver. In comparison to the original model, I definitely have to say I do like this one a little bit more just because it's easier to carry, not as heavy, and although the nice bigger screen was nicer to have, it just wasn't the most ideal thing to carry around. And for most people, a tablet is something designed to be convenient and easy to carry around. If there's any things I don't like about the new iPad Pro, the camera here does pop out, which is something that many people have mentioned. It's not like a design flaw or inconvenient thing to have, but nonetheless it's something that should be flush with the device, especially if you lay it down flat, because it will be, well, not perfectly flat on a flat surface. I will say that it doesn't wobble, thankfully, so for those of you who don't rock a case or use a skin on your iPad, you don't have to worry about it wobbling when you're typing. In conclusion, guys, so far the iPad Pro is definitely something I do recommend as a new tablet for those who are wanting to upgrade from your iPad mini or the older iPad Air, or for those who want maybe to downgrade from the original iPad Pro. Keep in mind the 9.7-inch iPad Pro does come at a hefty price, significantly more than the iPad Air. So it does, at least in Canada here, it starts at $7.99. In the US, it starts at $5.99. So Canadians kind of got screwed over by the dollar. But if you want the best tablet or best all-around tablet that Apple has to offer, this is definitely a pretty good choice. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on the bottom there, and I'll see you on the next vid.